Hello and welcome. Today we're going to visit the incredible Flagship Lego store in Abu Dhabi. Now, this is actually right next door to the Marina Circuit, which is the big F1 racetrack. Hence why they have this amazing Lego car just in there. This thing is incredible. It's the first time I've actually seen an F1 car built up. And of course, it is a Ferrari because the Ferrari world is just around the corner. But 43,751 bricks make this up. But we are actually in Yas Mall, which is right on Yas Island. And if you carry on walking past the Lego store, you'll end up in Ferrari world itself. Now, this Lego store, I really did enjoy. I really like the layout. Now, you might notice that the entrance was slightly different to your local Lego store because of how they've had to do it for the location of where this store is. Normally, what we would have walked through would have been a wall, and then the wall would actually have been a door. So normally, you walk through it, so it has got the length, but it is not as wide, whereas this time it is much more girthy than it is on the actual depth. But they have absolutely everything in here. So you can see they've got the new Batman bits and pieces, they've got the Shadow Box, they've got the Tumbler, they've got the Pac-Man, you've got all the NES and all the other little bits and pieces as well. You've got all the Super Mario stuff, all the painting stuff's located together, all the Lego icon sets are together, all the different cars, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, and of course you've got some of the Camaros as well. Now, this was filmed in 2024, but in the UK, some of these sets have actually gone. So they are not available on the Lego website, but just because of the turnover of stock in different countries, they still had some of the sets out and about. So when you see them, let me know in that comment section below if there's something that you wish you got your hands on before it retired, because some of them are long gone and some of them are on their way out. But this store was very well packed, and just like all the other Lego stores, there was something different, which is what this huge build was. Then underneath this huge build, which is obviously one of the pillars, they've got all of the big Lego sets. You can see you've got the Daily Bugle, Avengers Tower, Hulkbuster on the one side. Then as we pan round, we've got some of the larger sets as well. I think there's a Concorde, the Titanic, Eiffel Tower is located in there as well. You've then got something from Dune, I do believe, and then you can see you've got some of the little bits and pieces just on the side, just there with all of like the doors. And then as we come over, you can see the amazing lighting that this store has as well. And it is a really nice store. I much prefer this layout and this shape, so you can just walk in and it feels very spacious, rather than walking down a tight corridor. I don't like those stores, especially if they're not wide enough by a bay. It feels a little bit claustrophobic just because of how many people are normally in the store. Now, I went here on a normal school day, and the weather outside was ridiculously hot. It was about 42, I think, at the time of me walking down to hunt this Lego store down. And like I said, because you've got all the theme parks and everything just beside this Lego store. In fact, there's 3 different parks that you can get to within walking distance from this mall. This mall is open very late, so it gets much busier early afternoon, late evening, and also potentially early morning, depending on when the stores actually close to when they actually open. You can imagine in peak season as well, this place would be absolutely rammed. But luckily for me, I had the whole thing to myself, and then I spoke to all the members of staff there for a good amount of time, because they actually let me know the problems that they had with the flooding over in Dubai, and how all the shipping containers and things got delayed, so they weren't going to get all the new stock in for Star Wars, for example. So even though this was filmed in the month of when the new Star Wars releases should have been out, they had yet to arrive from the shipping container. So I do believe if you are watching this within the first week of this video going live, you will be getting the giveaway purchase, which is a very special thing indeed, and the new Star Wars sets on the 1st of June. I do believe that is what the store manager, I think, said to me then. So obviously double check and ring up the store. But if you have not visited this store and you're going to be going down there on holiday sooner rather than later, I cannot advise it enough. The pub wall is fantastic. And like I said, you just come straight out Ferrari World, walk straight through the mall, and then you are there. So it's their big shopping complex. It is enormous, but you can also just use it as a bit of a cut through where you can walk to the next park as well. So you've got DC World over here, you've got Ferrari World over here, you've got an amazing water park as well. I do believe there's a brand new Sea Life Centre, and all of that was in walking distance from my hotel. Now, if you want to see me do that, or you want to see the hotel itself, head over to Global Life Travel's YouTube channel and it'll have all of that information on there. But sticking with this store, you can see they have some really, really nice bits and pieces made up as well, which is something obviously I really appreciate. The lighting in here is very, very good as well. Some of the stores, maybe some of the slightly older stores, I think that is why the light flickers so much with the frame rate on this camera, whereas this one, well, it's absolutely perfect. You can see they've got a huge selection of brickheads. You can see some of the older, maybe Star Wars stuff. You've got the nice lighthouse that's in there, and there are some other bits and pieces in there that I haven't seen for a huge amount of time. I do believe there is one Man United football player just randomly in there as well, which again, I've not seen for a long, long time. You can see there's a store shop on the top right-hand corner, and as we're coming down, we've got all the different bits and pieces. So there we go. There's that one. That was obviously there and there. It sort of came and went, that one. It wasn't really that popular in the UK, just like the Old Trafford thing itself, because they just didn't seem to sell too well. I think they're more popular further afield and elsewhere around the world rather than over in the UK. But they've also got all of these big flower sets as well. And obviously you've got the insect collection. Now, all of these looked fantastic. Obviously, I've seen all these built up before. I've gone to the Lego house and seen all of them built up in Denmark as well. But it did look very, very nice seeing all these boxes so close together. And it was really easy actually just to navigate the store. You didn't really have to look too far. And obviously, you got to think from a perspective of if this store is absolutely ramsacked, how easy is it to find the bits and pieces? Well, simple. But you can see everything is grouped together, and then you've got the odd one with the little football ground, and then obviously you've got the Mickey Mouse artwork, which I think that's been retired for a huge amount of time now as well. And then you've got these bits and pieces, these nice floral bits just at the front. They do look very, very good, and obviously the more you have of these together, I think they're even better that they look. I've said this from day one, it always looks a little bit weird when you've just got one of them, but then all of a sudden when you've got quite a few of them, I think it does look very, very good indeed. Now, we are slowly starting to run out of time. We're about the halfway mark, or just slightly over. So if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let us know in the comment section below what your Lego store is like compared to this one, and let me know if you would build any of these amazing Lego figures as well. Good selection of everything in there, from printed pieces. You can see all the different heads, all the different torsos, all the different legs, lots of different coloured Lego bricks in there. There's at least 3 that I can see, maybe 4 with a teal. Looks like there's a good bit of ice cream bits and pieces in there as well. There's some watering cans, some games, nice elements in there. You've also got all the different trees. Looks like you've got some boats in there. If I spent a little bit of time just building some of those up, I don't think I've had any money left, because I would have got quite a few of them. Now, the only thing they didn't have was pre-built ones, because some Lego stores do and some Lego stores don't. This one didn't, but you did have a huge selection of bits and pieces to make it for yourself. And having all of the Lego classic range, as such, I say it's classic, it's just the old school Lego sets that you used to be able to buy, where it was just the bricks. Having all of them so close together, I think did look very, very good indeed. Yes, that is the huge Harry Potter castle, which I think does look very, very good. But then maybe 2024's castle, which is now a minifigure scale, might look even better. Now, going back to this car, this thing did look outstanding. Now, don't forget, as it stands at the moment, all the different Legoland around the world, they are all getting, I do believe, a Ferrari build and play, where it has a full-size Ferrari made of Lego at the front, and then you have a building section on the inside. Now, I know they've opened up at least 4 of them. I've seen 3 or 4 of them already, and every single one of them has a different configuration. Getting the words mixed up, it has a completely different configuration on the inside, and then it also has a different car on the outside as well. But the information is very, very good to read. Now, you can see that they've got all of the buildable characters there, all the different construction figures are there together. Yes, they did have all the Green Goblin. Yep, that is a Black Panther with the Hulkbuster, and then you've got Cap Shield as well. 3 sets that will never ever sell, I don't think, because one of them was just, well, 2 of them are far too expensive, and nobody wants the shield because you can't do anything with it. Now, moving down, you've got the Dreams stuff, which they are spitting out more and more of these all the time, which is great to see. So I hope the TV series is doing well. Now, if you're into your Lego bricks, this is the section for you. We are now looking at all of the different Lego bricks from the PAB wall. So you can see all of the different colors, all of the different tiles, all of the different elements in there. Pause it if you need to. There's so much to have a look at. You've got a second or 2 on each one. Just hit pause if you want to see exactly what is what. They do look very, very good. This was located sort of behind the till. but they had a walkway behind the till, a bit like what they do at most of the Lego stores around in the UK as well. So it's close enough to the till that nobody can run off, but there was enough space that you could actually do what I'm doing and then pick up some elements if you wanted to as well. But they did have some nice bits and pieces with regards to like the trees, lots of different foliage. You can see you got some spiders' webs, some different length pieces in there. Now these looked very, very good. They were like a violet brick wall. Should have probably picked some of those up. Now they're obviously this is fantastic, but I still think the Malaysia Legoland store, where it was just full of all of the different bricks and pieces, that video is already live on the channel under the different Lego stores and the Legoland Malaysia. You were spoilt for choice with the different types of Lego pieces that you could get from that store. And of course, the huge big shop from Legoland Malaysia as well was something very, very special with a massive Star Wars display. But you're not short on choice, and you are definitely spoilt for choice with regards to the bits and pieces that you can pick from here. And you can see you've got all the different tiles, you've got all the different windows, which always come in handy. And then coming down, you've got the nice bright red bricks in the different colours as well. As I get my finger out of the way. And then you've got some nice little base plates as well, which is always handy to have on one side, and then that one there as well. Normal bog standard blue bricks always come in handy. And then you've got these nice little shapes with the different colours as well. And then coming into the different length of tile. So, yep, it's absolutely something for everybody. But I do believe each one of these cubes, they had something different in, which sometimes they don't. So sometimes you go to a Lego store and think, oh, you're going to be spoilt for choice. You've got loads and loads to pick from. Half of them will be empty because obviously they're just fake going up to the ceiling. And in the end, when you look at the stuff that is actually available, it's just a 50-50. So then it does make it a little bit easier. There's lots of people in the shop, but then at the same time, it's always nice to be spoilt because we like looking at those kind of things. Now, the other thing I do like is this artwork on the back. Now, that is something that they seem to do in lots of different countries very, very well. Now, if you have not yet seen it or have not yet uploaded it, the Singapore airport had a fantastic mural as well. And of course, the amazing Lego store outside Universal also had its own custom build as well, as did this one. But that's not something we tend to get too often over in the UK. So it'd be very, very interesting to see as and when we get newer Lego shops open up, will they have different bits of artwork on the inside, or will they save it for Legoland Windsor and the space that might be appearing? And yes, they do have all of the Animal Crossing bits and pieces. You can see they had absolutely everything in store. But hopefully, you guys and girls have enjoyed the tour. Now, we are looking at some of the Ninjago bits and pieces. The dots, I do believe, have gone. I think the dots are now completely stopped. I don't think they're making any new ones. But again, loads to pick from there. And the Jurassic Park stuff and the Jurassic World bits and pieces, easily available in Abu Dhabi. So jump onto a plane, head over there and pick some of those up. And of course, they were available and in a sale at the Legoland Dubai as well. So we are running out of time now. We've got less than a minute left. So I'll say it one more time, guys. If you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully you've enjoyed the store tour of this amazing flagship store in Abu Dhabi. Head down there. It deserves all the attention that it can get because it did look outstanding, and it was an absolute pleasure to speak to all the staff that were there. They really made the visit worthwhile. But guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.